Coming out of South Africa via New Zealand by way of Australia, now living out in LA. Tommy Finn, brand new to the World Tour. And another guy brand new to the tour as well, Thiago Lemos, qualifying in from the Barcelona Pro Open. Tommy and Thiago were the top two non-SLS pros, and we're psyched to have them on the World Tour. Davis Torgerson, coming out of Minnesota. One of these third layer guys, man, they grow on trees out there. He rips. Good to see him healthy and ready to rip. Curran Caples, he's an alternate. There's a few injured guys. Curran's filling in. And believe me, he can fill a lot of shoes, right, Jeff?
Absolutely.
Another new guy on the World Tour, it's Mickey Papa, qualifying in through Tampa Pro this year. Stoked to have him on the tour. He's a technician. Rounding out the original six here, Carlos Ribeiro, another pro who qualified in with a second place finish at Tampa Pro this past March. So a few brand new guys on the tour and one veteran. Let's take a look at how this judging at Street League works. Average scores are calculated from 5 judges. The highest score per attempt is a 10. The highest possible overall score for the day is a 40. Overall score is based on your 4 highest scores only. 4 scores out of 7 attempts. And the judging is based on 5 criteria: execution, variety, continuity, degree of difficulty, originality, and style. The judges have leeway. If they see something done right, done really well, they can give extra credit. If it's done poorly, take it away. But if a trick's landed, it's guaranteed to get points.
It's going to be a very technical course today too, so that's going to put a little bit of pressure on the judges to get it right.
Yeah, it makes it, there's not so much of the flashy tricks that are guaranteed big scores. You got to be a little more discriminating.
That's right. Tommy looks like he's really ready to go.
He is ready. And he is our first skater in here in Munich. The SLS Nike SB World Tour has begun.
Working that quarter pipe, cruising around. Quick back tail. Clean 180 nose grind.
What do you think some of Tommy's strengths are out here, Jeff?
He's a go-getter. He's a go-getter. He wants to do well, you know. You see him practice a lot. He's stoked on it, but all for the right reasons. It's not like I want to beat the next guy. It's not that at all with Tommy. He's a great skateboarder. He enjoys skateboarding, and it shows. Well liked by all the guys. Always got a smile on his face, an absolute ripper.
Running out of time here.
Way! Fills in that over crook.
I think that may have been after time. The rule is you have to snap your tail before the buzzer for the trick to count.
There's that nose blunt slide. The backside 180 nose grind. Clean start, little shaky start, but for first run, not too bad.
Tommy scores in a 5.9. So a decent start. I think he can do better. And Thiago Lemos, out of Brazil, brand new to the World Tour. Here we go.
Starts off original way, right up the hubber. Huge pop. Oh. Newcomer to SLS, but man, he's making a mark. Clean as a whistle, frontside feeble. He doesn't look like he's worried at all, does he, right now?
Yeah, he's looking very calm.
Wow!
Oh. Switch game.
Speaking of pop, there's some of it right there, the pop shoving it. Oh.
What? And that's time. Thiago runs out of time bailing that frontside flip. That fall on the hubba didn't count. That was way after time.
There's a nice slow-mo on that kickflip crooked grind. Great start to his run. And then that huge switch pop shove it. with mad style, yo.
So Tiago coming in with a 7, snatching the lead, an early lead from Tommy Finn. Next in, Davis Torgerson. He missed almost all of 2015. He was hurt everywhere, wrist, ankle, ribs.
Yeah, Davis had a kind of a rough year with that, with injuries and pain. And fantastic skateboarder, but sometimes it doesn't get noted. It takes a little while to come back from these injuries. These guys are breaking their ankles and busting their knees up quite regularly. You know?
And I think so much of it is a confidence thing to come back to back.
Oh yeah, there's a level too. The level here is just the best skateboarders in the world, and even the best skateboarders in the world, if they get hurt, it takes them a minute to get back up to that level again. Nollie frontside 180 heel flip. Fakey clear. Oh, that would have been a solid combo.
And we saw his commercial. He's gunning for the 9s.
He's a funny guy, man.
He's awesome. He's always smiling. Score is in 4.2.
It's like the crowd's pouring in. Germany's always had such a great crowd at contests, great skateboard scene, strong skateboard scene, and we have current cables. Going straight in with the speed crooked grind. Nice kickflip backside lip slide. A little bit of carving in there. Carve, grind, slash. Frontside kickflip. Did he smash that to tail?
I think he may have. I heard it. I didn't see it.
Backside 360, putting a great run together.
Absolutely.
Skating fast too. Oh.
I feel like Curran needs to do well in the run section now.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree on that.
But he did. He did it. That was a great line. 7.1, taking the lead by 1/10 of a point from Tiago.
There's that GoPro crooked grind angle. Huge ledge with the rail on top.
That thing is beefy.
It's very, very tall.
The hubba itself is huge, and then the rail on top is actually a little ridiculous.
That's one of those obstacles that when you hit it, you get scored because you're actually just hitting the obstacle. It's that barely. We don't see a lot of guys hitting it super regular. A few guys have been hitting it a lot in practice. Those guys are going to shine on that obstacle.
So on deck, Mickey Papa. He got second at Battle at the Barracks. He was killing it out there. Barely got edged out. He's a technician.
He's got that super consistent Vancouver strain of blood in him.
Yeah, he does.
Reminiscent of the old Rick McCrank. Putting together some nice runs right here, some nice combos. Mickey's a very technical skater, but he can also step it up and be fairly burly too, so he can definitely skate a course like this and adapt to it and do very well.
What's a guy like Mickey going to have to do to win here today, Jeff?
He's going to have to pull something out that we've not seen before.
I agree.
He's going to have to push his skateboarding as far as he can take it. And with that, means he's going to have to take a chance.
Score is already in 6.2, putting him in 3rd place.
Good start. Nice clean kickflip crooked grind. Setting up switch, locking that back into a switch tail slide. Comes out forward. And here's a guy who's been skating this course extremely well. He really has. Very impressive. Carlos, very smooth.
So casual.
Another guy like Mickey, where he can get pretty dang burly when he wants to, but he's generally a pretty technical skateboarder. That smooth front side, already heel flip. Setting up for a nollie. Cab to, wow, look at that combo. Whoa. Way to step up the game. Way to step up that game. Got 10 seconds left. Backside lip fakie. It's gonna be his last trick. Switch 5-0. Solid run. Had some heavy hitting combinations.
7.6.
Yeah, score reflects that. Getting some love from the homeboys.
Skater on deck, Tommy Finn. It's official, he's our monster making the cut skater. Let's take a look. This is Tommy Finn from Barcelona, putting it down like a veteran.
Smashing the hubbers, smashing the rails, locking in the big hubbers, the big rails. Wow, and then Thiago Lemos, massive pop, huge pop, skating the course like nobody else. Doing tricks we've never seen before.
Both of these guys qualifying onto the World Tour in Barcelona at the Pro Open. Nicely done. That's Monster making the cut. Tommy's getting antsy. He's ready to drop.
Starts off with the same trick as the previous run. Same first two tricks. Probably going to do a similar run, just try to up that score a little bit. Tommy is pretty strategic with this.
Right.
You know, so he's probably thought out his run, timed it. A lot of the guys do that. A lot of the guys don't do that too. They just drop in and freestyle it a fair amount.
I don't think Evan Smith times his run.
Yeah, he probably picks his first trick, and it depends how he feels 2 minutes before he's about to drop in. And same with Luan. Luan pieces little clips together, and then the rest of it he freestyles it.
Right.
That's why the fans love him so much. That's why he's a fan favorite.
You never know what you're going to get.
Tommy trying to up that a little bit. Falls on the last trick. There's a close-up of that nose blunt slide. Very clean the exit, keeps the speed coming out. Very important when you've got runs and putting them together. There's that backside kickflip.
So these are second runs here in the first heat of the prelims. Thiago Lemos back in.
One of the only guys starting out with this combo, going up the hubber and then down the hubber. We talked about that, like Thiago has the potential to score really high because he's doing things that nobody's doing. He's skating the obstacles in the way that nobody else is skating them in a lot of cases.
And I think in some cases it's because he's the only one who can get to those obstacles because he has so much pop.
That's the style of his skateboarding. You know, he has such huge pop so he can adapt and he can pick new parts of the obstacle to hit. And it's refreshing to see.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Couple that in with some smooth style, you've got a winner right there. Wow. Awkward blindside fakey nose grind.
That fakey nose grind, unfortunately, was after time, but I think he handled business pretty well in that run.
I think he's setting the standard, Paul. He's setting the standard.
Taking the lead back from Tommy Finn. He's got a 7.0 and a 6.6 on the board. So Davis Torgerson back in, looking for that 9.
Gets that Wally. Stronger start than that first run. Nice nollie cab. Spinning at 360, no sliding on the ground. Gonna have to hustle to get a couple more tricks in there, up that score.
10 seconds. What?
He lost his flow. Lost his flow. Good start to his run for Davis.
3.4. Poor finish to the run, unfortunately.
Yeah, great start, and just gets away from him.
So when we take top 4 scores overall, what that says is you can blow your runs and still make up for it in best trick. It's not an ideal way to start, but it can be done.
If you've got some absolute banging best tricks, absolutely.
Curran is in.
That's the strategy coming into it. You know, the guys that play that and have a more diverse bag of tricks are the guys that generally can adapt to each of these courses and do well at a lot of the events.
I think this might be one of the guys you might be talking about.
I watched Curran in practice, and I watched the lines he was putting together and the speed that he was doing and the smoothness of those combinations. It was different from a lot of the way that a lot of the other guys are riding the course. You know, he's a transition skater, mainly known for riding bigger bowls and skate parks in transition. He's a great street skateboarder too. Oh, Osman slide gets away. Curran making a great showing. There's that feeble grind, switched it up. I think the crooked grind in the first run, feeble grind in the second. Very, very tightly flipped kickflip backside lip slide. Showing that board control, natural ability.
Score of a 5.2 is in, putting him in third place of the 6. Mickey Papa back on deck. He got his first taste of Street League in Barcelona. I think he learned some things.
Mickey is somebody who has skated in a lot of contests, though, but he's not as well known as a lot of these guys that are here today. But he did grow up skating contests and doing very well in them, so he has had experience in that respect.
He did say he needs to work on this format, though. You know, he needs to learn what to do and how to handle this one. It's a little different than your typical IM contest.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken quite a lot of the seasoned pros quite a while to figure it out, too. So, and he's doing great so far. Nice switch heel flip. A little bit loose for what we're used to seeing him do, but clean nevertheless.
Score of a 7.1, solid. So he has a 6.2 and a 7.1, moving him up into second place. Mickey Papa.
There's that final switch heel flip. Lands a little bit with his head dipped down, carves a little bit to the left side, but that'll do just fine, thank you.
Last skater of the run section here in Heat 1, Carlos Ribeiro.
Starts out with the second largest obstacle in the whole course. Shows you the skill set. Nice nollie front 780 heel flip. I love the way he does that. That nollie cab again into that beautiful switch combo, the switch backside Smith.
That is incredible.
Some banging moves right there.
10 seconds.
He's got that color coordination with those yellow stripes on the course just to keep his speed.
Oh, that was a run. Wow. Way to finish. The run section here in Heat 1, Carlos Ribeiro scored 8.3. New leader.
There's the start to that run with that beautiful switch backside tail slide. And that beautiful combo, the nollie cab, right into that switch backside Smith. Very difficult, very technical, and very quick, too. He's gonna like that one, along with the whole of Brazil.
So, the run section is over. We'll be back with Best Trick right after this. Who do you think is going to excel out here in the Best Trick section?
I think it's going to be interesting to see what each guy picks. There's a lot of obstacles out there, a lot of rails, a lot of different sized rails. It's going to be interesting to see. The guys that pick the larger obstacles and do the more technical tricks on those larger obstacles are the ones that are going to shine.
What would you pick?
I think a guy like Thiago could switch it up, like I said, because he's using a lot of these obstacles in a way that other people aren't, so he's going to get judged well for that.
Yeah.
And he's gnarly, so he's going to be skating in a way that's going to be pretty heavy.
He has such hard tricks. If he makes them, he can take the lead.
And he does make them, though, Paul, too. That's the thing. He's pretty consistent.
Tommy Finn, first skater in, Best Trick.
Oh, just misses the truck on that. He knows it.
You know what's funny, though? I love a good frontside nose slide. That's a great trick. Unfortunately, that's not what he's trying. But
that's not, and that's a good 10 foot long, 10 foot long rail.
Tiago.
Looks like Tiago's setting up for the biggest obstacle in the course. There's that nollie nose grind.
Wow.
I think I called that one, Paul.
Yeah, you did. Straight up.
That is chest high. I don't know if you guys can see that on watching on the webcast, but that is huge pop to get onto that.
Nollie pop. Tiago takes the lead back with a 7.7. Davis Torgerson is in.
Nice switch volley.
Cool trick, and that is a high bank. I don't know if it's going to be.
I don't know if it's technical enough.
Score of a 5.4. Curran is up.
Let's see what Curran's going to pick. Nice backside Smith, goes very smooth and fast. But again, not quite as technical as I think we need for those top scores.
Curran in second place with that 6.3, and Mickey Papa coming in.
Boom!
Oh. Now, Mickey needs an 8.1 for first. Does that get him there?
It's going to be right on there, I think. 7.1, a little lower than expected, I would have said.
Yeah, I agree. Seems a little
very well done, too. Full speed, locks right on top of the crooked grind, comes out clean as a whistle, feet in the bolts.
You know, those end hubbas are not very large, though. They're pretty skatable.
And that's a trick we've seen a lot of guys do, too. So.
Needs a 5.5 for first. Jeff, any predictions?
It's definitely going to be above a 5.5, Paul. Look at that. Look at that. Tight. He flicks that so close to the ledge. Lands perfect. Comes out smooth. Keeps his speed. I don't think he could have done that any better.
7.8. A good score.
Good score, man. The level's going to be high today. If you're going to get an 8 or 9, man, you have to show some magic.
I think it goes back to what you were saying earlier, how the size of the obstacles detract a bit from the scores, because there isn't that giant thing that you can just rack up 9s on.
That's right.
Tommy Finn back in.
Oh, wow.
Loose.
That was gnarly, though. Switch frontside blunt slide on the outside of that rail with the drop and how long that is. That's a dangerous trick. Dangerous because of the way that he's leaning when he's sliding. You'll see it in slow-mo. One of those, maybe that foot wasn't on the whole time he was sliding. I like that. That was awesome.
The judges liked it as well. 7.3. Tiago Lemos, though, not far behind. He needs a 2.8 for first.
Oh. Overflips that nollie flip a little too much. It's a little too much contact on the foot.
That was the first fall with best trick so far. That's impressive. These guys don't mess around. Best in the world. Davis Torgerson.
Davis doesn't quite get the right pop there. That switch heel flip.
Curran Caples on deck.
Going for the backside 360 ollie. Dips his head a little too much right when he was about to take off. Gives you a little too much rotation too early in the spin of the trick.
So with a few rookies in this heat, I think these guys are going to need to turn it up big time if they expect to fend off any of the legends later on.
Nice, very clean switch 360 flip. But again, though, I mean, we see Shane O'Neill do that with a double flip in there. They're going to need to be doing that kind of stuff if they want to win the contest.
Agreed.
Perfect switch 360 kickflip, though. Very well done.
A 7.2, enough to put Mickey back in the lead. And Carlos Ribeiro, his second attempt here in Best Trick.
Oh, trying to lock that truck in for the switch backside hurricane. Just misses it. It's not going to get a very high score for that, I don't think.
He needs a 4 for first.
4.9. That'll do it.
So the overturned switch front board gets a 4.9. I back it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dangerous trick again. If you roll away at the end, you hit something.
Tommy Fish.
Oh, trying that kickflip 180 to fake a nose grind. We've seen him do that one with a nice revert at the end too.
It's one of those tricks. He's got to be so precise.
There's a lot going on with that. It's technical, it's barely, it's awkward, all of the above.
Tiago, currently in 4th, needs a 7 for first.
Oh, sticking on that trick.
It's tough. Then what do you tell him? If you're down there with him, do you say, hey, make it next try, or do you say, hey, let's move on? You got something else you can do?
That's the thing, though. If you get your mind gets locked on a trick, sometimes it is better just to switch it up. But the level's so high, you need to make every single trick regardless.
Davis.
Davis having a hard time with that trick. Second bail. Curran seems to be adapting pretty good to the strategy, switching it up. He knows he's got to hit the bigger obstacles, but
even though Curran is an alternate, he skated in a few of these before, and he's a contest veteran. He's so polished, but he needs 4 scores. He currently has 3.
Well, as you stated, he's good in the runs and stuff because he's used to riding bowls and stuff and being, hitting 10 walls every run.
Yeah.
So
he can flow. Put things together. Mickey Papa needs a 7.2 for first.
I think he was going to try and big spin out the end of that. Just not going to get a score for that one.
So now we're getting to the point where if these guys don't have 4 scores on the board, 2 tries left or so, starts to get a little sketchy. You got to make some stuff. Carlos is already in first.
Oh, misses the truck again, I think, and then runs out of street course. Taking that one out to the real streets. Had the same problem the last 2 tricks. Both of them just missed locking that truck in properly.
Tommy Finn on deck, currently in 3rd place. He has 4 scores on the board. One of them is a 4.3. He's going to want to drop that with something higher.
Oh.
Got the truck on that time. What went wrong, though?
The body weight wasn't quite over the ledge when that truck landed in it, so it fell off the ledge.
Tiago still has 3 scores on the board. He needs 1 more badly.
Oh, wow. Now that is a hairy trick to go down that flat 10-foot long rail. Comes in faking, just locks into that faking crook. Cleanly out the end. Man, that looked like it was on the flat ground ledge, not down a huge 10-foot long handrail.
Score of 8.0.
It's one of the hardest tricks we've seen so far today, or if not the hardest, I would say.
It's the 2nd highest score of the day, 8.0. Davis is in.
Whoa, now that would have been sweet. Really high pop to get onto that one, especially switch. Even regular, I've seen guys during the practice trying to get into that just regular and have a hard time. Curran needs to hit a score.
Curran needs 2 8s average. Make it in. It's not going to help.
Having fun with it though.
I should say to get into first, he needed an average of 8. Mickey Papa needs an average of 7.6 in his last 2 tries.
Taking that same hover again. Oh, and he gets it.
Wow. You're talking about him needing to step it up.
We need the flip in and the shove out, or the flip in, flip out, or those kinds of combinations. Gets it nicely into that nose and gives it a quick big spin out the end. Nice work.
A little toey on the landing, but I think we can overlook that.
Kept his speed, though. Kept his speed.
And Mickey moves into the lead with an 8. New leader, Mickey Papa.
Oh, and there we go. Gets it that time.
Things are heating up. Seeing a couple 8s. Guys bumping up the level with every try. Tommy Finn back in. Last and final tries of best trick. Heat 1. Oh, that was sick. It wasn't what he was trying.
No, but the fact that he kept rolling shows some mad skills. Tried to lock into that grind again. It dropped down to nose, and he still made it. You'll be able to see that in the slow-mo. Look, just misses that truck.
Only good enough for a 5.9. Judges coming down hard on missing the truck.
Well, we're learning something. Those smaller hubbers, unless you flip it in, flipping out, really technical combinations. You ain't going to get those high 8s and 9s.
This is a good lesson for later heats. This is Tiago, needs 8.5.
Where did that come from? Wow.
Is that going to get the 8.5, Jeff?
I don't know. Again, like I said, it's technical, but it's not hyper-technical. 8.7, great score.
Yes. Tiago
pops that trick clean. Look how well he locked into that one. He made that before he even took off.
Tiago moving into the lead with that 8.7. His overall score right now, 31.4. That's where it's going to stay. Everyone here battling for top 8 in the semis to make it to the finals.
Oh, doesn't quite get it up there. Good showing for Davis, getting a lot of respect from the dudes.
So Davis finishes with only 3 scores. Curran also finishing with 3 scores.
It's like Curran struggling to find that one bigger obstacle.
2 more skaters here in Heat 1. Mickey Papa needs a 9.2 for first.
Oh.
He was going for it.
Yeah, he's stepping it up. Always good to see that.
So he's going to stay in third. And Carlos is already in second. Needs a 7.8 for first place.
Let's see it, buddy. Step it up. Oh, now that would be a gnarly one. The switch back to that nose blunt. Goes a little bit faster than I think he wanted to go at that trick and missed the lock-in.
So a few pretty great scores coming in Heat 1. Thanks for tuning in.